you wanna be.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Shall We Talk. I am very excited for today's episode. It is going to be a little bit different. So if you've been following me for a while, you know my previous podcast was Call Waiting, where every week we'd have a different topic and you guys would call in and I would speak to you guys live. It was an old school call-in show, and I did it with Betches, and I did it for a year, and then we stopped. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a second, but today's episode, security actually did work.
I did actual work.
Okay, well, let's not jump the gun. Let's see how this goes. I said to him, why don't you pick 5 memorable calls from our time doing Call Waiting? And I haven't listened to the show in, it's been over a year, right? And I'll do a live reaction to them. And because I really do miss that show, it was so much fun doing. And so you picked 5. I don't know the 5 that he picked.
No, I went and I listened.
How did you pick the 5?
What I did was on my walks with Oates, I listened to each episode, but on 2-speed.
Okay. All right, great. I'm excited to listen with you guys, go down memory lane. And because, I remember we would record an episode and 2 weeks later I would have no memory of these because we did so many. We didn't miss a week for over a year. Like, we did not miss a week. We had between 250 and 300 calls, which is so insane. So I'm really excited to, listen with you guys. We'll discuss them. Are they discussable?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little about doing that podcast.
Okay.
I wanted to do a podcast, and my manager set me up with 3 or 4 different production companies so that I wouldn't have to produce it myself. It would take some work off of, because editing takes so long. Anyway, I met with a couple, and everyone, including Betches, said, because I was they're like, what's your show idea? And I was like, Robin. They're like, I know, but you need a category, there needs to be a niche. And I'm like, I'm the niche. I just want to be Robin and chit chat and hang out and be fun and silly and vulnerable. And everyone's like, no, you need a niche, true crime or celebrity interviews or learning or this or that. And I'm like, okay, what about an advice call-in show where people call in? And Betches loved that idea. And we took a meeting with them, and they have 10 million followers, and they were going to pretty much we'd use their studio, their equipment, their editors, everything. And so I was like, amazing. And we went in to do a photo shoot for the cover. And I was like, this is the perfect home to do it with, especially they had a really big female fan base. So I was like, this is great. So now I signed the contract, and my manager had given me a heads up. This is not a great contract, Robin. And I said, I don't care. I want to work with Betches. I really think this could be a good match. And he's like, okay, not a great contract in the sense of making very, very little money. The percentage of what usually a podcaster makes when they partner up, I was going to be making a lot less. Not only that, I was not going to own the episodes, and I was not owning the IP address, none of it, and making crap money.
It's just IP, not IP address.
What's the difference?
An IP address is where your computer is located.
What's an IP?
Intellectual property.
Oh, okay. So I didn't have IP.
Correct.
I also was not going to own the concept or the title. So I knew I wanted my show to be Shall We Talk. So then I had said to security, let's not go with Shall We Talk, because I want to be able to own that. And so that's why we went with Call Waiting, so that I was like, okay, if I don't own that title, that's fine. And I was like, okay, I won't own these episodes, so be it. I also wasn't worried about the money, because I was like, oh, for making millions, I'm fine with a small percentage of millions. I didn't take in consideration if the podcast was making a small amount of that, plus wanting to pay security. Plus, we would Uber there. We lost money on that.
Yeah, we definitely lost money.
Yeah, that was not a money maker.
But we did have fun.
We had so much fun. I loved talking to you guys. Like that was the highlight. I spoke to over 250 of you on the phone. Like how freaking cool is that? What happened was I got the job at the Kelly Clarkson show, and I had said to my manager, I said, look, I don't know what's going to happen with the Kelly Clarkson show, because at that point I really didn't know. Like, I knew they brought me on, but I didn't know for how big it could get. Again, I'm someone who likes to dream and hope and wish and manifest, and I said, I think this would be a good time to wrap on the podcast. It had just been a little over a year. We spoke to the people at Betches, and they too were like, this was a nice little run. They loved me and I loved them. Like, I'm talking about the actual people. Like, we all really liked each other a lot. But we both were like, you know what? This was a nice little bow. Let's end it and, walk away on great terms. So, anyway, I'm really excited to get into this. But before I go any further, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Our goal is 10,000 followers or subscribers. We're getting there.
We are.
One man at a time. I need to take a second and say thank you. I, in last week's episode, was very vulnerable about, does anyone even like this podcast? So many of you sent me the sweetest messages. I mean, first off, there was a lot of really nice comments in the comment section on the episode, but also I got just so many messages. I was not fishing for compliments. I swear. I was just like kind of word vomiting when I said that. And the amount of you that just reached out saying how much you love the podcast, and I just want to say thank you, because it actually means so much to me. So thank you very much. Okay, wait. This has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, but can I leave?
A crime happened, and now I'm like.
Now we are a true crime podcast.
Put us in the true crime category. Okay. This woman was in, I think, Washington Square Park, and these teenagers were like, oh, we're raising money for whatever, our little league. And they said, if you don't have cash, you can just send it to the
Venmo or Cash App. Or
the girl said, oh, okay, what is it? And he said, oh, just put in whatever, the email address. And then she's doing it, and he goes, no, it's the wrong one. And she goes, here, I'll do it, and takes her phone. And he goes, here, now the email's in. And she's like, okay. And so then she gives $25. And they go away. And then she sees he somehow got into her Bank of America and Zelled $2,000. And they ran off. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So, moral of the story, if anyone tries to talk to you, don't stop.
Well, one, I wouldn't let anyone touch my phone.
I know, but what do you do if someone just grabs it? Oh, you grab it right back.
You grab it right back.
Yeah. I'm trying to give a scenario where I would hand someone my phone. Yeah, I wouldn't. Only because and Dr. Piano Man yells at me this all the time. My passwords are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to break into my bank account? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Want to break into my Yahoo account? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like, Robin, what are you doing? He's like, I'm gonna sit down with security, and we are redoing all your passwords. Literally, Netflix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should we start? I'm really excited.
I am too.
How do you want to do this?
I will play it, and if you want,
do you have the topic of the episode?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a listen back to Call Waiting. Our first call we're listening back to is from an episode called Overprotective Parents, and this is Susie?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's listen.
All right, Robin, we have Susie on the line.
Hi, Susie. Welcome to Call Waiting.
Robin, how are you?
I'm good. So today we're talking about overprotective parents, so what do you got for us?
Okay, so my dad was really overprotective when I was growing up. And he would not let me sleep over at anybody's house. But it's not for the obvious reasons like people do these days. That he wasn't worried about abuse. He was worried that if the house caught fire, the parents would grab their and not me.
Wait, to grab their own kids? Is that what you just said? It cut out.
Yes. He would, they would grab their own. And they would
okay, honestly,
me.
He's right, though.
Yes, he's not wrong.
No, because I'm trying to think most parents, if their kid is falling off a cliff or some other kid, they're going to save their own kid.
He's not wrong. So this is what he would do. So he would say, okay, well, you can invite them to our house. I'm like, well, Dad, you're going to grab me and my brother. And he's like, well, yeah, but that's what the rope's for. They can... yeah, a rope ladder. Prepared.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
We had a rope ladder so
Was he really nervous about fires? Also, I feel like a rope's pretty flammable. Maybe he really didn't care about the other kids. He's proven his own point. I feel like a rope is the last thing you want when a house is on fire, you know?
It's flammable. Right.
Securities. No, I'm not wrong, right? I'm so overly tired. Sorry, Susie. Both of us are going. We were up so late, like editing. Okay. I don't know. I have this whole visual of just like a house on fire, and your dad telling the kids go down that road. Oh my goodness.
And as the rope is like in flames, you know.
Yeah. Like if the rope's on fire, he's like, "That's your way out, little Debbie. You go that way. I'm gonna take Susie down the stairs where there's no fire."
And it proves his point. See, those parents shouldn't have let him stay over.
No, you know what? I'm team dad on this one. Don't trust your kids at other people's houses. Not for the reasons you think.
Right.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Susie, thank you so much for calling in and making us laugh so hard. I know that wasn't your goal, but you did it.
Oh no, it is funny. It cracks me up too. So thank you, Robin, for everything.
Well, thank you for coming on Call Waiting. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Oh my God.
Holy cow.
That was so funny. Oh, jeez. You know what's so funny? Listen, first off, I've not listened to this since that episode. But like, when listening, until I said that the rope is flammable, that I didn't even think that. So then to hear me say that was so funny. That is where my brain would go, though. Like,
but the father was right.
What?
You care about your own kids. You're sending.
But I was also right that's the most flammable thing you can put. Like maybe use a ladder or something non-flammable. Oh my God, that was funny. Mm-hmm. Our next call, I actually have listened to recently. Out of all the calls, this is the only one I've listened to recently. We did an ex-boyfriend episode where I called 4 exes, 2 that were boyfriends, and then 2 were just like guys I kind of dated that year. So here were the 4. The 4 was 10 a.m. gangbang. It's like, I cannot even believe we called him. And that conversation was so normal, too.
He's a normal guy.
He's a normal guy. I think people didn't realize that. Oh, yeah. The second guy was bread and peanut butter, who I really haven't thought about since I think then. Then was Hercules, who was my ex that I dated for 6 years, who I hadn't spoken to in 7 years when I made that call. We were together for 6 years, then we broke up, and then like 2 weeks later, we decided to go no contact, and we hadn't, and then maybe a month before that phone call that you're about to listen to, he sent me a message on Facebook saying hey, I just want to say congratulations on all of your success. And I said, oh my God, thank you so much. I hope you're well. And then 2 weeks later, I sent a message saying, hey, I do a podcast. I'm going to be calling my exes. Are you comfortable if I call you? And he's like, sure, let's do it. And then I gave him a heads up. I said, we're pretty much just going to talk about, our relationship, why we broke up, and if there was anything about me, that you want to put out there. By the way, I just want to put a disclaimer. Dr. Piano Man and I listened to this call together so that he was okay with everything and knew everything up front. And I just feel like I just want everyone to know that he knows everything.
Ready to listen?
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Ah.
We were calling you Hercules for this whole thing, even though it's going to be so hard for me to do.
You call me whatever you'd like, but Hercules will
Oh
work
my-
fine for this exercise.
For this group activity, everyone. Oh my God. I almost want to cry hearing your voice. You sound exactly the same.
Right back at you there, I don't want to call you Duty. Is that okay?
Guys, we have so many nicknames for each other from We do. He would always call me his little duty.
Yeah.
Words. There's like so.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm actually doing really well. So
Yeah.
yes, I am. And I could clearly see that so are you. So that's super nice to see. No shock as far as I'm concerned. I knew from, I guess, the very beginning of us that this was you. And I think you knew well before that. So it's nice to see you get what you deserve. So,
oh my gosh. This is like so broad, but like what was like the best and worst thing about dating me?
let's see. Well, the best, and I'm not just saying this, was not just you, of course, but what came with you was your family, and your family exhibited nothing but love. So what do I mean by that? In other words, you and your family taught me how to truly love. And you learn that by seeing it. And to be honest, I think, and feel free to tell this to your family, because I'm sure they'd be like to probably hear me too, if they're not listening. but that is obviously one of the major things. Above and beyond that, your love of the ocean, of your love of just doing.
You would
fun
say
things. You're very passionate. You're passionate in numerous things. So there's so many good things to say. I can't say one bad thing about you. Never. I never. So.
All right, let me tell you all the bad things about you. I'm kidding. Well, as I take out my
That
scroll.
That's hilarious.
We were together for 6 years, and then again, you had the travel bug. You had gone to California. I'll be a little vague on what town, but he went to this town in California with great waves, and I remember you came back and you were like, Robin, like I want to live there, like, and I said, great. I said, let's make a game plan. I was like, let's find a way, and you applied for a job and you got it, and then we were going to see if maybe I could move to LA, and we were going to figure it out. And then I came to California to visit you, and it's funny because I remember when you were being a little weird, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, do you not want to be with me? Thinking like I was joking, because how could someone not, want to be with me? And then you're like,
very true.
You said, Robin, you're like, I know what I want my life to be like, and I know what your life is going to be like, and it's so different, and I don't think it's going to line up. And I remember at the time being so upset. And I remember like we were crying on like your living room floor, and you're like, I'm going to see you on TV one day. That was like actually one of the last things. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. But the thing is, you were right. Like even though we loved each other so much, the life you wanted and the life I wanted, which you knew I wanted, were two very different things. So even though it was probably the most heartbreaking weeks, you actually saw my potential and what I wanted, and I kind of felt like you let me free and you let me do your thing. So I just want you to know, even though that was probably the hardest time ever, I'm so appreciative that you were able to see what I wanted. And
you have no idea how happy that makes me. I know that sounds really weird.
we pause.
Wait,
My eye is twitching.
you're not crying because it looks like you're crying. And if people are watching, they're going to think, oh my gosh, she's crying.
Twitch. I have like an insane eye twitch. Sorry. All right, continue. Wee. You're like, wow, Robin's really getting sensitive over this.
Meanwhile, your eyes going. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, sorry.
All right, we should get back to this.
We
Okay.
get back.
All right.
So
Okay.
this is the sensitive part.
Okay, here we go.
I know that sounds really weird, but it really, truly does. Because, I by no means ever wanted it to end in a bad way. But after you have such a great relationship for 6 years, I'm not sure if there's a good way. But if there is such a thing, I think we accomplished it for sure. And if anything, I think we kicked its ass.
Yeah, and I think it's why we probably haven't spoken in 7 years, because it was so good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Indeed.
I don't,
agree.
I think a friendship was not possible because, I think we both really wanted each other to be happy, and I don't think that was going to be the case if we stayed in each other's lives. And I just want you to know, I'm very thankful for you and for letting me do my thing, which brings me to my next pause. I want to talk about this moment, okay? So again, we broke up because he knew what he wanted his life to be. He knew what I wanted to do, which was this and this career, and he kind of, like I said, set me free. And you could hear he gets really choked up because I think he thought all of this time I blamed him or was mad at him for ending it. Because again, we were together for 6 years, and then he ended it because of this career. What you guys are watching right now is why he ended. This is not like, he didn't want this lifestyle. He did not like that I was at the clubs doing stand-up. He didn't like that I put my life online. He did not like pretty much that I was a performer. And if you know me, which you do because you've been watching me for years, is my performing is not just a career. It's who I am. And, he got emotional. Again, I'm repeating myself because he's glad that I didn't hold resentment, that's why. But I cannot stress this enough, that if the partner you're with does not support your passion, does not support your joy, does not support your career, they are not the person for you. And again, I don't hold any resentment from him. I'm thrilled that he ended it because he wasn't supportive. He didn't like this career. And now I'm marrying a man who not only supports it, he loves it. He gave me a studio so I could do my podcast. He comes to the shows and he sits there and watches the meet and greet with such joy and pride. And if you are in a relationship where the person is not supporting your passion, this is not the person for you. And I'll very rarely give advice like don't be with someone, but your passion and your joy, we don't know how many lifetimes we have. I think we have multiple lifetimes, but who the heck knows? You're on this planet for X amount of years. Surround yourself with people that support your happiness. Because and I could hear it in his voice. You hear him, right? Like breaking, that he's so relieved that I'm telling him, thank you. Thank you for letting me free, because I don't think I would have ever given up this career, but I wouldn't have done this career the way I'm doing it if I had stayed in a relationship with someone who stifles, who puts down your light instead of ignites it. Yeah. And I just feel like, listening back, I'm again, especially because remember I hadn't met Dr. Piano Man at that point. Now I have an extra thank you because I know what it's like on the other side of finding someone who ignites instead of deflates.
Extinguish.
All right, sorry. Letting me do my thing, which brings me to my next question. How did you find out my career exploded?
I guess I saw it on Facebook, and then I just kind of saw it, and I just put your name in, and then you were everywhere. So, and then I kind of course, couldn't feel nothing but sheer happiness for you because you made it. And I kind of knew from your first performance at Caroline's, which I'm sure you remember that.
We got five guys after, remember?
Yes, I do, of course.
Is there anything about me from dating me for so long that you think would shock the listeners?
Oh boy, if you want me to say it, you have to say it's okay.
What?
Oh, you know.
Don't say it. I don't know what he's saying. For the fact that I heard, guys, I heard it.
It involves I'll just say it involves munchkins in 15 minutes.
Guys, guys, no, okay, no, absolutely
I'll leave
not.
it there. I'll let the mind think about what that could possibly mean.
Oh my gosh.
I'll leave it right there. I'm not going to say anything else. And if the paparazzi finds me and tracks me down, I will. If the price is right,
You're like, for $10, I'll spill it all.
probably. Get a box of munchkins.
I'm ending every call today, like thanking, the guy, whoever I dated. For you, this holds a lot of weight because you're the longest relationship I've ever been. Probably my first love, definitely my first love. So I just want to tell you personally what I got out of. Well, I got a lot out of our relationship. So I'm just picking one. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to cry telling you this.
It's okay.
But I was never the hot girl. I was never the beautiful girl. I was never the girl the guys picked. And then I dated you, and you made me feel like I was the sexiest girl that's ever lived. And you brainwashed me to feeling like, oh my God, every guy's going to want me because I'm so hot. And I've carried that mentality. And I remember one time, sorry, this is so embarrassing for you, but I remember one time I'm like, show me the porn you watch. And you're like, no. And I was like, please, just show me your last thing you watched. And you pulled it up. And the girl looked like me. She was like curvy and voluptuous. And, she looked like me. And that's when the moment I was like, oh, wait. Like, he really thinks someone who looks like me is hot. And I cannot thank you enough for, teaching me, how pretty I am. And
I call it as I see it. And it's not only on the outside, it's the inside, of course, as well. So, you're beautiful in all those ways. So
thank you, yes. Hercules.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. This beat my expectations times a million talking to you.
You completely made my day, and thank you. I can't possibly thank you enough. And I'm looking forward to more great things from you. I'm sure the whole world is, actually. So,
thank you. All right, Hercules, thank you for calling in.
Oh, absolutely. It's been my pleasure, and I would love to hear from you again sometime for sure.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm and I just listened to it. And every time I listen to it, I had all these emotions. And, I will say the thing I said, it's so true. He was the first guy to make me feel pretty. I was always the funny girl. Throughout college, guys didn't like me. High school, guys didn't like me. And then he came around and he thought I was so hot. And it just taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, and I am able to look back on that chapter. Look, there was problems, clearly. You're listening to a 6-minute call where we're both speaking very kindly of each other. And honestly, I have so many wonderful things to say about him in that relationship. I'm just letting you guys know. You listen to a 6-minute conversation. Obviously, there was problems. Clearly, that's, it led to the breakup. But I feel really fortunate that I had that experience, because I think it got me to where I needed to be for my next relationship, which got me to where I needed to be for, Dr. Piano Man. Now, you were sitting in the corner when we recorded that. Mm-hmm. And I looked over to you, and you grew very emotional.
Yeah. I especially when that ending about that.
Oh, you're gonna.
I can't even say
what?
it.
Okay, what are the tears? Tell us what the tears are.
That.
Oh, security.
That we taught him. The Schalls taught him what love was.
Yeah.
Our family, even when if there's an argument or a fight, we still love each other. The idea of blood is thicker than water. It really is with our family. We love each other a lot, and we not only do we love each other, but we bring everyone in. Everybody's a Schall. Look, what are your fans called?
Yeah,
the kids. Their mom's kids.
We're all family.
We're all family.
Yeah. Actually, it's so funny when you say blood is thicker than water. I was gonna say the problem with the Schalls is we make everyone our blood.
Yeah.
Like whether you're dating us, whether you're a friend, whether you're one of the kids, like whether you're one of my dad's clients, like we don't know boundaries, and we love so hard. Yeah, it was a good call.
Mm-hmm. All right, can we do a funny one, please? Look at him, like,
I do want to go on the record. He's crying. Mine really was an eye twitch. Okay?
please, can we do a funny one?
Yeah, let's do a funny one. So this next call was a Halloween episode, am I correct?
Correct.
From Maria, and
Yep.
we asked for people to call in with ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's listen to the call.
Okay, Robin, we have Maria on the line.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Robin.
Welcome to our Halloween special.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us your scary story.
It actually happened to family. My mom said, having a conversation with your dad at breakfast and told him I had an extremely vivid dream. I said there was a man standing at the foot of our bed, just looking at us. And he had a top hat on. And my dad goes, did he have a beard? And my mom goes, yes. And with a suit jacket on? Yeah. He goes, I don't think it was a dream because I also saw him at the foot of our bed. And he said he kind of just stood there and disappeared. But it said, my parents said it's one of the creepiest things and weirdest encounters they've ever had. Just a random guy decided to pass through their bedroom.
Did the random guy steal anything?
No, he just kind of stood there and looked at them and kind of just tipped his hat and disappeared.
Maybe it was Abraham Lincoln.
Right? Some random guy that just decided to appear.
Now, do your parents do drugs? Could they have both been?
No.
Could your parents just be a good time and then sometimes hallucinate Abraham Lincoln?
No, I mean, they like their glass of vino, but...
No, that is creepy. That is very creepy. Well, thank you for sharing your creepy tale this Halloween Eve.
Well, thanks for having me, Robin.
It could have been Abe. Wait, have you ever seen a ghost?
Of Abraham Lincoln?
Like
No, just the Abraham Lincoln ghosts I've seen.
very popular ghost.
Yes.
As Abraham Lincoln's at my bed tonight.
7 years ago.
Our next call was during our dating disasters episode, and it was with Millie.
So our next call, we have Millie.
Hi, Millie.
Hello.
So talk me through everything. Give me the background. How'd you meet the person? Where were you? All the good details.
Okay, so I tended to frequent this Mexican restaurant here. I frequented there enough that around Christmas, they had like an employee Christmas party and they invited me to stay for it. And when they cook like real authentic stuff, not the American Mexican that they serve in the restaurant. So there was eating, there was lots of drinking, dancing, blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of crushing on this one waiter. So this one waiter came home with me and, we did the deed and had a great time. And he ended up spending the night. So I woke up in the morning and that Mexican food did a number on me.
Oh, no.
And I had pooped the bed.
Oh, no.
She pooped the bed?
Oh, no. And so I'm laying there and I'm like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? So I slide out of the bed, like I'm laying on my back, slowly scooching out of the bed.
Oh, my God.
And I run to the bathroom and just basically just shower that area really, really fast. And then I go get my paper towels and cleaners. For some reason, I thought it would be better if I kind of crawled to the bed instead of just walking over to the bed.
Why did you think crawling to the bed was going to make this situation better?
I don't know. I'm really weird. And apparently, in an emergency, that's what I thought was a good idea. In retrospect, I'm also like, why did I do that? But so, yes, I'm crawling I have like a grocery bag and paper towel, so I'm using the paper towel.
Oh my
Put
God.
it in the bag. And he's still sleeping, even snoring. So I was like, okay. So do that, and then I sprayed 409 on it. It was, so did that, and there was like this big wet spot.
So what happened when he woke up?
Well, this is the thing. I was like, I got to air out the place. So I and he was sleeping on the side by the window. So I had to kind of lean over him to get the window, and it was an older apartment. So I had to really push on the window to open it up. And he wakes up, and he was like, very like, oh, good morning. So I was like straddling him because I was trying to get the window. So I had to have sex with him.
Did you ever see him again?
Actually, no. Even though he never figured out, it was like he came with this like, stigma now. Like I was like, I called him Poop Boy after that.
It's funny. We always have nicknames for these guys, even when it's half our problem. Well, that is definitely a dating disaster. Millie, thank you so much for calling.
Okay. I just want to say, if that happened to me, and judge me if you want, I wouldn't clean it up. I would sneak out and just change my number.
But what if it was but it was her place?
No, it was his place.
No, it was her place. It was her place.
Oh.
There's nothing you can do.
Move. Just leave and move. Change your name. Change your address. Change your identity. Social security, everything. You would never hear from me again.
Oh, my gosh.
With that said, the amount of period blood I've gotten on people's beds.
Wait, that was like one of the first Tub Talks, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was the first one of the first.
Hercules got a brand new car, and I got my period all over the front seat on the day he got it. But like also like it's, whatever. You can't relate because you're not a girl. But like maybe this is not relatable. But I bled on everything, everywhere, all the time. On the street, says the bleeder. There's the bleeder. And you think, what, I'm 42? I know at this point, like, how to handle myself? Nope. All right.
We know there's the Crips and the Bloods.
I'm part of the Bloods. Oh, yeah, you're in the gang? No, I just bleed on everyone's furniture. So we're going to bring it to a little more serious. We did a Thanksgiving episode where I had said in my Insta stories, if there's someone you're thankful for, don't tell them, but I'm going to call them and surprise them and let them know that you're so thankful for them. And then we'll surprise and have you jump in on the call.
So our next call actually is a half call, half not call. So let me explain. So I got a message from this woman, Rayut, and she said that she wanted to thank her best friend, and her best friend has been in her life just helping so much. But she said the problem is Rayut lives in Tel Aviv, Israel, and currently that there's bombs, and she just doesn't know where she's going to be during this taping. Obviously, with everything going on, I completely understood. And she said, is there any way I can write it out and then you call my best friend? I said, absolutely. So I'm going to read you what she wrote me about her best friend. My thanks, love, appreciation go to Hadass, my kindred spirit. For years, a mutual friend of ours told us we had to meet because we were made to be friends, and she was right. Hadass is the best setup I've ever had. This was always true, and especially this year. It's been a very difficult year for me. My beloved father was gravely ill, and he passed away 3 months ago. I was very close to him, and throughout his illness, I rarely left his side. This means that I spent many, many days and nights in the hospital. Nights were particularly difficult. During most of them, I would text with Hadass We would discuss a doctor or nurse I had a crush on, and thankfully there were many. We would chat about how happy we were that Robin was in New York so she could be with security and her family and giggle with Regina and Belinda. We texted about bread. Hadass is an amazing baker. And I would also share with her my many deliberations concerning my dad's treatment and the pain of seeing him fade away. She supports me every day, gave me wise advice, and made me laugh because she's hilarious. She also brought me a little bag with little skin supplies that I could take with me to the hospital, which was very important in light of said doctors and nurses. When my dad ultimately passed away, me and my sister organized a short ceremony before the funeral. And when I say short, I mean about an hour long. I wrote something for the ceremony, but I couldn't read it. It was too hard for me. So Hadass read it in my place. She has continued to support and make me laugh ever since. How blessed am I? I love her so much, and we both love Robin. And one day we'll go together to see one of Robin's shows. So, like I said, Rayut can't be on the phone, so she wrote this, but we are going to call her best friend who's here in the U.S., Hadass, and we are going to express the gratitude that Rayut has for her. Hi, is this Hadass?
Yes.
Hi, this is Robin Schall.
Robin?
Yes, Robin Schall from Instagram.
Oh my God. Are you calling me because my friend Ruth, who told me that I need to verify her social security number at this hour?
Yes. Okay, so that was just a decoy to get you on the phone with me.
I can imagine now.
So I want to make sure I'm saying her name right. It's Rayut?
Ruth, yeah.
So yesterday on Instagram, I said, I'm going to be recording the podcast, and does anyone have someone that they're really thankful for that has just been so good to them that they wanted me to help express their gratitude and love? And she wrote me this most beautiful note about you and just how much you have.
Oh my God, I'm about to cry. That's so sweet.
She just said that you have been
and
there.
I haven't even heard the note yet.
She, I'll fill you in. She just said that you have been there through her whole time that her father was in the hospital, all the way up to helping her read her eulogy at the funeral to even afterwards and helping her make her laugh, and that you've just been there for her every step of the way. And she is so grateful for your friendship and love.
Just so you know, she's the sweetest, dearest person, and I'm so grateful for her. And she's been there for me, like in unbelievable ways. And she's been through so much recently, and she's just an amazing person. And we always watch you on Instagram and are inspired by your friendship with your girlfriends, because it's just such an important part of our lives too.
Yeah, I mean, when she wrote this, my heart just melted, because I understand when my grandma passed, I wouldn't leave my apartment. Again, this was during the pandemic, and my friend Regina, who you probably have seen on my Instagram, she called me. She said, I'm downstairs. I said, no, I don't want to come out. And she's like, well, I'm not leaving till you come out. And she wouldn't leave. And so I had to come down. And then instead of just coming down, we ended up walking for 3 hours. So I understand when you're losing someone, how much you need your girlfriend. So when she wrote this and just said how much you were there for her, not even after the death, but leading up and during and after, she just loves you so much. And she's so grateful for you, and just what an amazing person you are.
Thank you so much. And I will also thank her.
She ended her sentence saying that one day the two of you will come to one of my comedy shows.
Oh, we definitely will.
And you make sure that I know it so I could give you both a big hug.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is really sweet.
Yes, and you don't have to verify any social security. If anyone calls, do not give out her social security number. That was a decoy.
I was picking up the phone and getting ready to prepare her social security number for my notes. I was like, yeah, I'm so ready.
No, but do you have her credit card number? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, do you need that?
Well, I wish you a very, very happy holiday and so much love, and you continue to be a wonderful, amazing friend and person, because it is more appreciated than you probably even know.
just so you know, through all the hard times, we just watch you and just laugh, and you bring so much joy to our life.
Oh, thank you. All right, sending you a big, big hug and lots of love, and happy holidays.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye.
It's so funny. Like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to risk security. I told you to pick funny calls.
Oh, my eyes are twitching.
Oh my God, like having a girlfriend's relationship is like such amazing. Like when you have a good girlfriend, there's like no relationship that compares. Like I have the greatest girlfriends on the planet, and my friend Adam, like all my best friends are just like the greatest people, and I'm so grateful for them. I bet you that's what sisters. I'll never know what it's like to have a sister. People listening, he raised his hand. Oh gosh, what an episode!
Yeah.
What an episode! Mm-hmm. And that was just a couple calls out of hundreds.
And I listened to so many
Last
this past
night.
week.
Yeah.
Just listened to so many episodes, and I was just like, oh,
Man, that was such a good show.
it was fun.
It was such a good. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We should definitely do calls at some point.
Yeah. Well, you do know we do one every single episode.
But that was with Mom.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we should get her on the line to do her shout outs and her motherly advice. Again, just remind you, make sure you subscribe. Oh, I didn't say this up top. If you want more content, you could always join our Patreon. Just head over to Patreon and just type in Schall We Talk or Robin Schall. Every Friday, I do behind the scenes videos. At the end of the month, we do a live stream. Or you could be a producer on the podcast, and Mama Schall will, give you a shout out. Also, we are going to be selling calendars. Yay! We don't know any information about it because we haven't made them yet. But stay tuned because calendars are coming. All right, let's get Mama Schall on the line. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Well, let's start off with your shout-outs.
Okay. We want to thank all the Patreons, and I want to give a shout out to those in the producer tier. We have a new producer that joined, Tony Hattinger. Thank you, Tony, for being a producer and supporting the show. I want to give a shout out to our other producers. We also have Veronica, Deanna, Susan, Thomas Eyes, and Dr. Piano Man.
Oh, we dropped Susan's last name, too.
I figured I'd set it out this way. And pretty soon, Thomas, you're going to get your name also. You're just going to be known as Thomas.
And it's Dr. Piano.
and just piano.
No, just doctor.
Okay. I don't think we should take away people's names. Just okay. Thank you to all of our Patreons, and thank you to our producers.
Yes, and thank you for the support that you give to the arts and to Robin.
Okay. All right, now for our motherly advice.
Yes, I've been thinking about this, and there comes a time, I think, when you have to know when to end a chapter in your life, and that it doesn't mean that it's a failure or that it's bad. It's just that sometimes you must move on. And it could be as simple as, a new job. It's time to, move on? Or, even if you do get, and sometimes offers come in and it is better. Change isn't always bad. Also, sometimes it's, your relationships, whether it's, romantic or friendship. Sometimes, you have to know when it's good for you. And so it doesn't mean failure. It just means that sometimes change is good.
Mom, I could not agree more with this. Sometimes if a job's not working out and you have to leave, you didn't fail at the job. It just means it wasn't right and something better. With relationships, we just listened to the Hercules call from Call Waiting. And I said, like, that relationship didn't serve. It wasn't a failure. I didn't fail. He didn't fail. It just wasn't right. And I've had some friendships that I've walked away from. It wasn't that it was a failure. The friend was bad. It just change sometimes is needed to succeed.
Change is not bad.
Yeah, like when I took Tom Hanks off the goals list, I didn't fail. I just wanted to change.
That's it.
People did not agree. All right. Thanks, Mom.
And have a good day, everybody. And stay warm if you're in one of the cold states.
All right. Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. You know what? She's getting good. That was like tight and concise.
Yeah.
I agree. Change isn't always bad, and that's why I'm getting a new producer.
Wait, what?
Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to our producers and everyone in Patreon. Thank you to everyone who wrote me nice messages this week. It was not lost on me. Thank you so much. This was a really fun look back.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and you cried.
I
Both
did.
cried.
Both cried. We laughed. We cried.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week when we have no clue what's going to happen. Not even me.
Can't you see? This is where you wanna be.